Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. West Texas, November 1875. A frontier where death waited for the unwary. Time after time, Mackenzie's patrols had been left sprawled on the earth, victims of the informer. But now Trooper Colin Grimes, informer and deserter, could run no more. Could not reach the safety of Apache country.
No, Matthews, not yet.
Oh, he's not only a deserter, he's a murderer as well. Oh. I want Grimes alive. Deploy. Let's surround him. Come on out, Grimes. You haven't got a chance.
You ain't gonna hang me, Colonel. You'll have to shoot me.
Work around into a position where you can shoot under those horses. Try and spook the team. Tie him up. You are going to hang Trooper Grimes.
Colonel! You were right, sir. There's 5 boxes of these in the wagon. Ammunition, too.
Theft, desertion, murder. You'll hang, Trooper Grimes. I promise you, you'll hang. Come in.
The earthly possessions of Private Matthews, sir.
8 years of soldiering, Sergeant. I was just trying to finish a letter to his wife.
When you're finished, explain it to me, sir.
Explain what, Sergeant?
Well, it's one thing to lose your life fighting Indians and renegades, but to lose it this way.
I know. Trooper Matthews lost his life in the worst possible way. To a companion in arms who's turned deserter, traitor.
There should be something worse than hanging for Grimes to face.
Maybe there is, Sergeant. Maybe there is. Has Lieutenant Peterman talked to Grimes yet?
Yes, sir. And from what I hear, he's not too happy about having to defend him at the court-martial.
I can't say that I blame him. Has Grimes admitted where he was taking those weapons?
Nothing except that you won't hang him.
Well, he may lose a little of that arrogance when he faces the court-martial.
And he'll lose a mite more when he faces the gallows.
Anytime they send me after a deserter, he'll be brought back slung over his saddle.
I don't think the colonel wouldn't have liked it better that way, as far as Grimes is concerned.
Well, one reason I'm glad I'm no officer. That rule book keeps getting in the way.
Stanfield, remember the time in '71 when Santana raided over on the Red River?
Do I? Seemed like the Kiowas were backed up clear to the Oklahoma Territory.
Why didn't you lose a brother in that campaign?
That's just what I'm getting at. On account of one yellowback scissor bill, Jody and 4 others got killed.
Did you ever catch him?
I caught him.
That was one deserter who never became a settler. Something the colonel said. This thing about branding a deserter.
It's his corpse they ought to brand.
No, it's a mighty fearful thing to look where you expect to see another soldier, and instead there's a dozen Indians.
Hope I never live to see that.
Chances are if you do, you won't for long.
The thing about Grimes, on top of everything, he stole those rifles.
Wonder who was going to sell them to.
Around here, it had his way, we'd never known.
That's for positive, sure. Could be the colonel knew what he was doing, taking him alive.
These. Attention. Mr. Colin Grimes, you have been found guilty by a duly authorized court-martial of 3 counts, any one of which warrants the sentence of death. It is now my responsibility to impose sentence. As commanding officer of this fort, on this day, sentence to be carried out within the confines of this fort between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, I hereby condemn you to hang by the neck until you are dead. And may God have mercy on your soul. Take him away.
He what? He escaped, sir. How? He made it look like he hanged himself, and the guard went in to cut him down.
I want you and 4 troopers ready to leave in 10 minutes. The last time we caught him, he was headed toward the border. I assume he'll go the same way this time.
I understand, sir. Myself and 4 men.
Get going.
You alone, old man? Nobody'd be coon enough to live way out here but me.
Stole some of your grub in this coat. You aim to do something about it?
Well, I ain't that coony. Besides, the coat's my partner's.
Thought you said you was alone.
He's dead. Apache jumped him. You ever seen anybody jump by Apaches?
Once or twice.
It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. You got to be careful what you're doing in this country. The Apaches liable to jump out from nowhere. You traveling alone?
You sure can whistle downwind.
In my mind, there's only 3 kind of men that'd be traveling in a country like this alone. And that's a prospector, a fool, somebody that's on the prod. And you're on the prod.
And you be careful, old man.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I knowed it. Soda, huh? They're at you. What'd you do? Steal something? Maybe kill somebody.
Old man, you just lost.
Well, now, it ain't no doing my part of it because they're after you. You didn't give no thought to mine, no.
You wouldn't be thinking of going to Fort Clark now, would you?
Well, like I said, it's none of my business.
Not even for the $20 reward, or didn't you know they gave rewards?
Well, how'd I know such a thing? Go on, take the coat, take the grub, take anything. I can't do you no harm.
You sure can.
Let the horses breathe a minute.
We've made good time, Colonel. I just hope we're on the right trail.
He's not far ahead.
You think we can catch him before he gets to the river?
I don't know, but I intend to catch him. I made him a promise, and I'm going to keep it. Cavalry insignia. Let's go.
I'm on the way across the Rio. Away, 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 across the Rio Grande. Move, mule, move, Arabi.
Heading for the river. I'll bet on it.
The morning of November 14th, 1875. For 10 hours, Colonel Mackenzie and his raiders had followed the trail of the renegade trooper. Now, deep in Mexico, their quarry still eluding them, they doggedly continued on.
He's heading right into Cayetero Apache country.
Diablito.
He certainly seems to know where he's going.
No man in his right mind would go in Diablito's territory, not alone.
Unless he thought he was safe.
Only a man that had something that cutthroat wanted. Then he couldn't be sure that he wouldn't steal it from him and take his scalp in the bargain.
How about those 5 cases of repeater rifles locked up at Fort Clark?
You mean Grimes stole them for Diablito? But like you say, they're locked up at the fort.
Maybe Grimes thinks he can get them out.
How?
Well, he's leaving a trail any green trooper could trace. He knows I'm in Mexico illegally. He knows I'm following him. That information alone could be worth quite a ransom. Or a blackmail. On up.
Mount up!
Diablito's my friend. You take me to him. He'll want to see me. It's important.
Sergeant, we'll go on from here on foot. We'll make less noise that way. Leave one of the men here with the horses. Although if my hunch is right, our presence here won't be much of a surprise to Diablito. Nevertheless, have all the men carry knives. Let's hope we see them before they see us. We'll move as soon as you're ready.
Swanson, you stay here with the horses. Even if it does not work, it will give me pleasure. It's been some time since we were entertained by the White Eyes.
Well, it'll work, Diablito. That's why I come this way when I seen Mackenzie was following me.
You must truly hate these men.
I like gold. No, I couldn't bring you them rifles, but this way you'll get them and I'll get what I want too.
Perhaps you will get killed.
Well, after you capture Mackenzie, you're gonna need me to go to Fort Clark for them rifles.
I mean killed by the soldiers. And tell me, how can you go back to the fort? Will not the soldiers there arrest you?
Oh, not when they know I'm the one that can deliver Mackenzie to them.
You mean Mackenzie's body.
Yeah, I mean his body. Now all we gotta do is wait. Mackenzie will follow my tracks right into the ambush.
It's all right, sir. It's just an arm wound.
Here, get some cover. Be sure Diablito's dead, but where's Grimes?
Don't take a chance, sir. Kill him.
No. I said I was gonna take him alive. Where's Grimes?
It's behind that boulder, sir. Quit firing.
Yeah? Maybe he's out of ammunition. Or perhaps his weapon's jammed. Cover me.
Sir.
Grimes.
You can't take me back. How are you gonna explain catching me in Mexico? They'll break you, Mackenzie.
What's he talking about, Colonel?
Seemed to me he said something about being in Mexico.
Mexico? Why, we're in the Guadalupes in the middle of Texas. I think his mind's going. He probably ran so hard he forgot which way he was going.
Let's get back to the fort, Sergeant.
Mount up.